Hi everyone. I'm hopeful that all you will be fine. In the last session, we have discussed regarding how we can customize or edit or update the polling settings in meeting polling settings. Okay. So either the setting for the webinars, either this for the poolings. Okay. So we are keep continuing with the payload regarding the user update REST API, and in today's session we will discuss regarding how we can actually customize or edit the live streaming settings using the users REST API, users update REST API. Okay. So for the live streaming, enabling and disabling, we have a different setting options for meeting live streaming. Okay. And we have a different options for the webinar live streaming. So inside the in-meeting global object, inside the update payload, we have directly options for the meeting live streaming. Okay. So for enabling or disabling the meeting live streaming, we have an option called allow live streaming. Okay. So for that, using that option, we need to set true if we are needed to enable that live streaming for the meetings, and if we have a need to disable, then we set false. Okay. If live streaming is already enabled and you also need to be set a few instructions regarding the live streaming, then you can also set that using the custom service instructions. Okay. And inside that you can set the instructions in the type of string. You can set here anyone. Here will be in the live streaming instructions. Okay. And meeting live streaming settings, we have another option called custom live streaming. Okay, so inside that we can also set the value of type boolean called true or false, and this field is for if you have a need to enable the custom live streaming services. Either you have your own RTMP server service for the redirecting the streams from meeting to your server. Either you can also use any third parties like YouTube, like Facebook. Okay, so you can, if you have a need regarding that you can need a custom live streaming service, then you first need to enable that option or enable that setting, and you will be enable that by setting very true. And if you have a need to disable that, then you can set as false, and the custom live streaming service will be disabled from your account. Okay. And we have another two options inside the meeting live streaming. Either I can say regarding the meeting live streaming settings called live streaming YouTube. And if you have a need to enable that, then you can say true, and you have a eligibility to live stream the meetings to YouTube. Okay. And if you do not want that and you want to disable that, then set false, and YouTube live streaming from your meeting will be disabled. Okay. And if you have a need to live stream the meeting streams to the Facebook, then you can say it or enable this option, live streaming Facebook to true, and the live streaming from your meeting to the Facebook will be enabled, and false for the disabling that. Okay. So these are the 5 available options directly inside the in meeting payload section. Okay. And for the webinar live streaming settings, we have a webinar live streaming object, and inside that we can set or configure the webinar live streaming option. So first field or first setting we have regarding the webinar live streaming to enable or disable that called enable. Okay. So if we have a need to enable the webinar live streaming, then we set enable field to true, or either we have a need to disable the webinar live streaming, then we set here false, and the webinar live streaming will be false. Okay. Or disabled. Okay. And inside the webinar live streaming, we have another setting called live streaming reminder. And if you have a need to notify the users so that they can watch your live stream, then you need to set this field to true. Okay, just mentioning regarding the webinar live streaming. Okay, so if you have a need to notify the users that they can watch the webinar live streaming, then you need to set this field webinar streaming reminder to true. If you have a no need, either I can say if you have a need to disable, then you set here false. Okay. And another setting option we have regarding the webinar live streaming called custom service instruction. Okay. So inside that you can set the custom instructions for the hosts, configure the live streaming. Okay. So you can set instructions in the type of string as we have already done for the meeting option, custom service instruction. Okay. And inside the webinar live streaming settings object, we have another field called live streaming service. Okay. So inside that, you can set the value from this set. So you can only set one value at a time, and you can set any one value from this set. So either you can set Facebook, either you can set workplace by Facebook, either you can set YouTube, either you can set custom live streaming. So you can pick any one value and set that to here. Okay, and either I'm just showing here, just copy this and paste it here. Okay, and these are the available 4 options regarding the webinar live streaming. Okay, so now let's start. We have already API running, and we need to open the Postman, and we will do a demonstration. So we just open the Postman, and we need to navigate to the Zoom API. We need to open the request for update settings, and we also need to open the user settings. So first we need to use the custom query field, and we get the in meeting of settings, and from the in meeting we need to filter the live streaming, and you can see here we have a allow live streaming is already true. Okay, and custom live streaming service is also true, and we need to see here that custom service instructions are empty. Okay, so we first need to change this instructions. Either I can say we need to pass the value, some instruction value. So we say in meeting, and inside the in meeting object we set this field and paste it, and we need to say it here will be live streaming instructions. Okay, and need to send this. Okay, the response is 200. Now let's page back, and we have say custom service instruction, and you can see we have updated successfully the record. Okay, let's try another option, and if we need to disable the custom live streaming, so you can see here live streaming, we have live streaming, custom live streaming, we need to disable that. Then we navigate here, and we also set, just paste it and set for save and send request. Successfully we have processed the request. Now just navigate back, and you can see here it is disabled. Okay, so I'm hopeful that you have enjoyed this session. If you have any query regarding this session, then just please place your queries inside the video comment section. Either you can share your suggestions and queries, my share contact details, and all the remaining options I'm just leaving for you. Just get the code and get the payload and test those. Okay, and hopefully we will come back with another session regarding the users update setting payload. Take care. Bye bye.